Okay, today we are working on putting in our garden. I've got the snow peas planted already. I'm getting ready to put in the green beans. I've got the first trench across there done. I'm getting ready to add the fertilize. After that, I'll mix that, and then we'll start with, I think we're going to put in blue lake bush green beans next. So this is the way I do it. It's not necessarily the correct way. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. Okay, next I'm going to mix the fertilizer in. Okay, so what we've got is here. Usually gives you directions here. I am going to plant these, it says 4 to 6 inches apart, so that's about what I will plant. Now here I'm watering the seeds in to get them a quicker start on germination. Now I am taking the rake and just lightly covering up the seeds. Now I'm taking my stake and I am measuring out the distance I want between my rows. Here I'm repeating the same process on the other end of the garden. The string between the two stakes is referenced for a straight line. If you do not have an item like I am, you can use a hoe handle, rake handle, anything to make your trench for the next row. Now I'm going to do the next row before I plant in that row. I got my gauge set here at the width of the rows I want. For the next rows, we're just going to repeat the same steps we did in the last row. My memory's not as good as it used to be, so here I am putting a stake at the end of the row with the name of what's planted in that row. Okay, the next beans I am putting in they're called a Cherokee wax bean, and they'll go in the same as the green beans, every 4 to 6 inches apart. Okay, that package was a little small. There wasn't quite enough to do the whole row, which is fine, because I'll probably do either squash or cucumbers down toward the end of the row. It's hard to see out here. Candy corn. It's a sweet corn. This is a very sweet corn. In this one, with corn, if you've never planted corn before, you can't do just one row. You've got to have 2 rows. If you don't have rows side by side, they will not pollinate right. So let me get these rows fertilized, and we'll get that planted. Okay, now I'm fertilizing with 10-10-10. Always make sure you mix your fertilizer in before you plant your seeds. If not, your fertilizer will burn your seeds. Now on your corn, it usually says space between 2 and 3 inches apart. And the thing is, if it's too close together when it comes up, you can always go in there and pull up some plants to thin it out. Okay, so now I have to prepare a little more of the garden. So we'll be back when I get some more ready. Okay, now we're going to plant some summer squash. Okay, and down at the end, I'm going to plant a few cucumbers. Next, I'm going to plant a little bit of spinach there. Okay, I've still got a few more things to plant yet. It's a little early. I got my tomatoes and my peppers that needs to be planted, but it's just a little bit early for them yet. I need to wait a couple more weeks. I got some beets and some onions, and it seems like there was another thing, but I missed the first round when it was time. I always go by the Farmer's Almanac. My grandfather did, my father did, and I've tried it with or without, and using the Farmer's Almanac, you'll have a better crop than you will just planting as you see fit. But anyway, I think it's sometime next week that it comes back up for root crops, which will be my beets and my onions, and it seemed like there was something else, I can't remember what it was. And then about 2 more weeks before I can put in my tomatoes and my peppers and stuff like that. It's still a little early, we can still get frost yet. So anyway, most of that's done. I have had people to ask me if I was a little anal on my garden, where I till it and rake it all out level and or smooth and get the rocks and the little grass clumps out. But my father always said that take pride in what you do. If you can't take pride in it, then don't do it. So that's more or less my philosophy in life too. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe you learned something. Like I said, this is the way I do it. Can't necessarily say it's the correct way or the incorrect way. It was the way that was handed down to me through my father and my grandfather. So, but I hope you enjoyed the video. You can always like, dislike, and subscribe. I'm always looking for more subscribers. Until next time, we'll see you then.